Hello and welcome to another video of mine. This time this is the Panthoseeyeshadows update, and in here I'm always focusing on 6 shadows at a time, and my goal is to either hit pan on it or use it 30 times before I'm able to roll it out. And all the other rules I have for myself I'm going to talk about within the video, so let's get right into the update. The shadow that has been in here the longest is out of my Morphe Vintage Rose 9V palette. And it was this shade right here. And I did use it 17 more times the last month for a total of 30 now. That was my goal. This was the shadow that was the closest to the 30 usage goal. So I did focus on it. It's a nice shade to use, and I normally love mauvey toned shadows. I kind of got tired of it a bit, even though this also could go with neutral looks and everything, but because I have some purples in this project, I used it a lot of purple looks. And yeah, so I'm happy that I'm rolling this out now. Plus I am decluttering this palette. I decided to declutter this palette. I used it a bit now, and I don't know, the quality is okay, but it's not spectacular, and I kind of have these shades in my collection. I think the most unique shade is maybe this one. It's a very nice shade, but then it's not very opaque or very foiled looking or anything. So I decided to get rid of this palette, and yeah, but for this project this is rolling out, and I'm going to swatch this shade for you again as well. And that's the shade. Then to a shade that has been in here for quite a while as well, and it's in this BH Blueberry Muffin palette. And in here I was working on this shade called Sweet, up in the very first shade in the corner here. I did use this one 12 times within the last month for a total of 18, and 12 times is a lot, but I did use it in combination with this Morphe shade a lot. So yeah, 12 more uses for a total of 18. This is staying, and I can see a little bit of a dip happening. I don't know, it's so reflective if you can see, but yeah. I do have some single shadows in this time around, and the first one is by Glam Shop Poland, and this is the shade Reverse. And I did use this one 15 times because, as I just mentioned, I wore a lot of purple looks, and I did use this in the crease and this on the outer corner. So this I used 15 times for a total of 24 times now. So only 6 more times to go with this one. And I really do enjoy using this one. It's almost like a silicone-y texture, but at least on the outer corner it lasts very nicely, and it is sparkly, but it's not, it is sparkly, but still it's not too sparkly for me in my personal preference. Another palette I do have in here is this one by Colourpop, and this is the Hello Kitty palette. And in this one, I was working on Labinia, or I am working on Labinia. I only used this one twice for a total of 2 times because I did not use it prior. So I do have a long way to go with this one still. And the 5th shade that I was working on is in the Sigma Corderosa palette. And it's Medallion, this brown, reddish brown shade here. I did use it 5 times the last month for a total of 7. No, for a total of 8, because I used it 3 times previously. So 8 times use on this one, and this is so pigmented. It's crazy pigmented. I actually did use this on the lower lash line a lot, and I really enjoyed this more than I even thought I would, because this has some kind of like yellow tone to it, like almost a mustard tone to it, and I really enjoy the look of it on my lower lash line, or beneath my lower lash line. I really like this for that purpose. And the last of the 6 shade was also by Glam Shop Poland, and this is called Dragon Fruit. I did use it 4 times for a total of 8. So same as the Sigma Corderosa shade. I did use both of them 8 times now. And this one I really like as well. It's not too, it's very subtle. It's not too metallic, not too sparkly, but it is actually very nice on the eyes. So this was the color story for last month. I did really enjoy it, but because I focused on this shade so much and therefore I used the purples a lot. I'm kinda burnt out on purples currently, but yeah, otherwise it would have been nice because there would have been enough variety for me to play with, but I really wanted to roll one shade out, and that's why I focused on this one so much. If you watch my Panthoseeyeshadows videos, you will know that I always roll in a backup shade in case I'm able to roll one shade out that I'm already able to work on a new shade. Plus I kinda noticed that I'm not only doing this, but I also just already start using it sometimes as a 7th shade, and that's what I did the last month as well, because it's another purple and it fit very nicely with the purple looks I was doing. I also did use this one on my lower lash line a lot, and this is, or beneath my lower lashes, and this is by Tarte. It's a chrome paint pot in the color Unleashed, and yeah, this was my backup shade and shadow, and I already did use it 14 times already though, and this is becoming my new 6th shade for my new color story now. So this is my new color story from now on that I'm going to work on from now on. And as I just mentioned my backup shades, let's talk about if I want to use or if I want to roll in a backup shade. And I'm definitely going to roll in at least one, because the Glam Shop Reverse shade I only need to use 6 more times. So for this one I'm definitely going to roll in another one. And for the other ones, let me think. The closest I would be for my further usage goal would be the BH Cosmetics Sweet shade. I would have to use it 12 more times though, which is a lot. But at the same time, I did use these together all the time the last month. So if I use them together, I already would have 6 uses on this one when rolling this one out. And then 6 more uses, I think is actually possible. I think so. So let's roll into backup shades. My backup shadows, I always roll in the first one differently. I roll in the first one with the Wheel of Names, where I roll in a palette out of my collection, and then we look at the palette and decide which shade to work on, and that's what I did. So hopefully I didn't lose the footage as last time and you did actually see me rolling in the palette. I did roll in actually my Terra Moon's big single shadow palette with Terra Moon shades in it. But ever since making the spreadsheet, I switched around my single shades a lot. And the big one is currently holding all of my Sydney Grace shades. Because I am currently taking pictures of them for my Instagram, because I'm showing every single shade over there. And yeah, so I decided to go with this one because this holds some of my Terra Moon's shades that has been in the other one, because this is a palette where I had all of my Terra Moon shades in here that I bought secondhand, and these are the ones left in this palette. Obviously I switched around a lot of them. So yeah, I think I'm going to choose one of these. And the way I'm choosing is always with some papers with numbers on them. So we have 8 shades right here. So let's get some papers and I will be right back. So I do have the numbers from 1 to 8 written down on paper here, and I am just going to choose one of these papers. So I chose the number 5. Let's see what shade this corresponds to. And the 5th shade is this one in the middle here. Let's see which one this is. It's Comet. So this one will be the one rolling in as my backup shadow, obviously, as I just said. I'm going to swatch this one out for you as well. I didn't set the focus. That's such a nice shade. I love the Terra Moon's quality. I love their shadows. They are so nice. And I'm actually very happy because this is a totally different shade, and I did not use or did not work on blues a lot in this project yet. So yeah, that's perfectly fine. And then for the second backup shade, I am always choosing out of here, or everything that's more than one backup shade I'm choosing out of here. Here are all the shadows that I do own written down on paper, like numbers corresponding to these shades on paper, and I am choosing one shadow out of here. So the number that got chosen is 862. And again, I am going to look up which shade this corresponds to and be right back. So 862 comes out of my BH Cosmetics Mimosa palette. And this palette I actually never used before. So I'm super happy that I wrote this in. And it's the second shade in this palette. Let's look at it. Okay, so first of all, it's this shade right here called Vibes, a very vibrant coral shade. And second of all, I just remembered that I already did use this one. I used it in a Halloween look where I used a lot of white, and therefore I used the white before. I did swatch some of these, but other than that, for the Halloween look, I did not use it yet. Either way, I rolled in this shade called Vibes, and I think this is going to go nicely with the shades I have in here already. Let's swatch it out. Oh yeah, this is super vibrant. Or like pastel-y vibrant. I love it. This is such a nice shade. And if I think the first shade that I thought of is this one. This Dragon Fruit one by Glam Shop Poland. This is going to work super nicely with this one. I'm very happy that I decided to roll in 2 shades now. Yeah. So this is my new color story, as I already said, and these are my 2 backup shadows. And yeah, that's already it for this video. I hope you enjoyed this update, and I do wish you a very nice day. Bye!